call this meeting to order. Don't stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's the new guy.
Well, I'm going to call this joint meeting to order. So we'll do the same, John.
Yes.
All right, we've got all members of the council and the commission present. So how do we want to proceed on this? You've got in front of you a stack of applicants, some of which we narrowed down on our side just to give you some suggestions from the council side. What I was thinking in conversations here is that if you have any, if the commissioners have any particular issue with any of the names we put forward, or if they have any additional that they want to discuss, or if we want to start the vote, we've got an hour and a half here, an hour and 15 minutes.
We've reviewed the list that you sent us, and the people that you recommended were Cheryl Evans, David Rose, Ronald Stone, John Wictor, John Gold, Christopher Hurst, and Anthony Vesh. We would like to ask that we could add 2 names to that list, Charles Greiner and John Burton, making a total of 9 instead of 7.
And who is last?
John Burton, Charles Greiner, and John Burton.
Okay. So let's start at the very beginning. So the names that we've sent over, let's start from the top there. Stephen Addick, that's something that I
No,
remember.
the names that you sent over.
So we've got that we sent over to everybody's on the same sheet. John Gold, Cheryl Evans.
No relation, by the way.
That's why we sent her over. Christopher Hurst. David Rose. Anthony Vesh. And John Wictor.
I thought we had Mr. Ed.
He is. I said him first. I knew that was.
Did you see Ronald Stone?
I said John Gold, Cheryl Evans, Christopher Hurst, David Rose, Ronald Stone, Anthony Vesh, John Wicker, and Stephen. No, Stephen Egg was not on there. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Who's not on this list, right?
Who's?
That was one that I brought. He emailed it directly to me.
How you spell his last name?
G-O-L-D.
Is it just like?
S-I-L-D-E-R.
We got Verdi and Hurst, right? And so you're suggesting to add Verdi,
John Verdi, and Charles Greiner.
so let's look at. Okay.
Got an answer?
I do.
Yeah, the numbers back.
We have, column 2, we have 48 million
No.
and change available.
As of when everybody.
Right.
So what happens if there's gonna be like 100 million?
And then what he told me was a lot of it, so like, the way to read this is, at the end of 2014, we had roughly 72 million and change.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of it got, what he's saying is it's got short-term invested, so it's all coming due in 15,
Right.
but it's not quote-unquote liquid as we sit here.
I thought we asked them to maintain the money liquid.
Well, they like 90-day CDs or something?
Yes. So
90-day CDs.
his number
Are you
was,
sure of that?
what's that?
Are you sure it's 90 days?
No, I'm not saying it's 90 days. I'm saying in 2015, what he just told me on the phone was that within 2015, the vast majority of this comes back out of the short-term investment.
And this spreadsheet does not reflect the.
Because it only goes to the end of February. So that's why the February number has kicked up a couple million, because those couple million come out of the short term.
So at the end of February, all we counted was $50,137,000.
It's completely lit.
Right. The
Correct.
rest is short-term investments.
Correct.
Okay.
Are they stopping in short term now? I mean, could we go by this, what they have?
Well,
Whether they're stopping or not, I can't answer.
either way, if we go forward with the foundation, we can transfer the CD as an asset into the foundation, so.
So it becomes liquid, we can.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. That's interesting.
This is clear as mud, by the way. I think we're kind of in a report
Oh, much
about
better.
when they're due and what the dollar amount is,
And what they're
all the way
earning.
out.
Right, I would agree with that.
Yes, yeah.
There's nobody here from the treasurer's office that can tell us that.
Well, no, they can send us an email. I'm just, this is clear as mud.
No one's in the building, correct. But I will ask them.
It's short Tuesday.
To turn me all the way back out to the 150
Yeah.
plus million that we have to see when it all becomes due.
And if they get that to Joy, then maybe Joy can disseminate that information.
And I guess I would like to know what, okay, so they can give us an idea of what's coming due and becoming, for lack of a better term, completely liquid. I would also like to know if the treasurer has any anticipated investing that she's going to be doing in the next couple of months. Because we've asked.
Well, should we direct them not to do anything?
We did that before, but didn't.
Didn't do anything.
I don't think you can make the money stop working. I think you
Well-
need to keep it invested someplace.
So, yeah, here's the
Well,
thing.
limit it to 90 days.
What we didn't want to do was we didn't want to spend, I guess we didn't want the treasurer to not invest, even in short term, and then it takes us 6 months to get the foundation built. That was the concern. And we've lost what little money we're getting for that 6 months. I think that was part of the discussion. But I'm with you, Bob. I think that we need to know when these things are coming due, and, we don't want her trying to all the money.
Well, we want to give her a time limit. Nothing past the third quarter, second quarter.
Well, what would you, well,
Or
we legally do that?
But that's us.
We're not the financial.
We're not the treasurer.
Everybody.
We're not the finance committee.
who is?
The treasurer and the commissioner.
Okay, no, Malden report.
Well, I don't, the purpose of the meeting is to get the board set, right? So let's set the board and then we'll worry about the dollar amount we have to tell them to work with once we know that for sure. And, because their charge should be to initiate the rules or the understanding of how we're gonna invest the funds.
Our first order of business, obviously, is once the supervisory board is enacted, we get the investment policy, done, and then we can move into bylaws.
And the other thing, the overarching issue here, if it happens to be sitting in, whatever vehicle ends up that we need to transfer this to, if it's sitting in a 6-month CD with 2 months to go, we can still transfer that CD to whatever it is and wait for it to mature, so.
Gotcha. So, what are your thoughts on the names that we've got in front of us?
Can we run through the list again, make sure we're all, let me run through, I thought I wrote it down right.
Yes.
I got Rose, Vash, Evans, Attic, Birdie, Gold, Griner. I got Birdie twice. No, Birdie, yeah, and then with John. Is that not right? I don't think that's right.
I'll go from the list.
Yeah,
Anthony Bish, Ronald Stone, David Rose, Charles Griner, Cheryl Evans, Stephen Addick, John Birdie, Christopher Hurst, John Victor, and John Gold.
No, he's not.
He's not on your list. He's not on your list.
Not on, he's not not on.
He wasn't on the list.
He was not on our list of suggested, and he was not on your list of suggested.
Right, okay.
Well, so Sylvia, are you suggesting that, are you?
Well, being that this is an advisory committee, you know, it isn't like, this isn't going to be, I think, Mr. Eddie is more than qualified.
I guess we have a couple thoughts here. One is, we're talking about this group. One is, the thought is that some of them will move on to being interested in the foundation board. But inevitably, some of them will not.
That's right.
And there may be some that we don't want to be. So we have the thought that we don't want to limit this down to so few. On the other hand, we get too many on this. We do have to get an investment policy, we do have some things we're gonna need to do. And too many, too much seasoning is gonna spoil the soup.
And it should be an odd number.
It should be an odd number. There's nothing more exciting than a tie.
That's right.
So, armed with that, so Sylvia, are you asking us to consider Stephen Ag? I mean, I have a problem with him.
Yeah.
Are they actually gonna be voting?
No, here's what I think what they're gonna do is, I think we're going to, I think initially, honestly, I mean, it's kind of a moving target, I suppose, but I think the initial thought is that the advisory board is gonna do just that. They're gonna help us work through, the investment policy, help us work through some of these, because that's important. I mean, these guys, in theory, have, some background in investing and the market, and they're gonna understand what kinds of things might be, the Achilles heel in investment policy, and things that we might want in there.
So, do you think one more good head?
That's true, the only.
Pretty sharp guy.
I don't have a problem, like, here's the one concern, although it might be out there a little bit, but the one concern about having an even number of advisory board members is, what if they all wanna go on to the ultimate board, and what if we like them all? We're not gonna send an even number.
Well, it's probably in their internal workings, and they'll be voting on particular items themselves to recommend.
I would think there would be, so, I don't know.
Well, he wasn't on the list that you suggested to us at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever you all want to do, I'm just throwing that out.
Well, that's checking the minutes.
Right.
I thought that, I don't know Mr. Eddie, I thought his name was brought forward without checking the minutes. So, that's what
I did too.
Yeah.
No. The list that you submitted to us was John Gould, Cheryl Evans, Christopher Hurst, David Rose, Ronald Stone, Anthony Besh, and John Whitmore.
Yeah, there could have been an oversight, but I just can't imagine moving over a guy with that kind of background. I mean,
I think we sent you 9 names, and thinking that there might be a couple that you scratched. And gave you 7, so we didn't want to send you 7, we sent you 9.
Well, you want to put this to rest, and you hold it, put vote 9 members or 10 members, and we just then their decision.
Well, we can't have the, it's going to be 2 at least.
Make it 10, more the merrier, what the hell.
Well, it's just advisory anyway.
That's right, that's what I
I
said.
mean, they go, it's
All right, so let's add Stephen.
I need a motion, Scott, please, 10 or no?
Yep.
I made a motion to put these 10 on advisory.
Second.
Any discussion amongst the council?
We want to run over the names again, so we're on the same page.
John, the motion is to include the name of John Gold, Cheryl Evans. We would start from the list. We might have ordered. No, I gotta concur. Okay, let me start this over. The motion is to include the name of Anthony Besh. That's one. Ronald Stone. That's 2. David Rose. That's 3. Charles Griner. Cheryl Evans. No relation. Stephen Addick. 6. John Verity. 7. Christopher First. John Whitthorpe. Okay. John Gold.
10.
That's 10. That's the motion, correct?
We didn't forget anybody?
Motion, second, concur with that list. Okay, so from the county council's perspective, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Commissioners?
Second. Motion is second to include the same 10 as the council. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Okay, so we've got a board, however large it may be, and, yes, sir.
I think we need to appoint a chair.
Should they do that?
Well, somebody that needs to report, or we insist or something, they get some form of leadership to keep it going.
Okay, here's the thing, here's what I was taking to my next thought. So, from the council's perspective, we have a committee, myself and Bob Popper at this point, I was anticipating sort of being the point guard, for lack of a better term, to push forward. I was anticipating then contacting all these people, something still be doing contact, and kind of get the ball rolling, telling them what we're looking for. What we do beyond that is entirely up to Brad.
Well, are you two gonna work with the commissioner on that, back and forth?
Well, I would ask that the commissioners send someone forward to be their point of reference.
Which are basically closed?
Are we gonna put any kind of, time on this as to when we expect something back?
So here's the concern, I think we should tell them that we want to do it as quickly as reasonably possible. The problem that we have with setting absolute deadlines with volunteers,
Yeah.
that they tend to un-volunteer. But I think that, what do you think, I guess what are we thinking as a board? That's a good question, Jim. What are we thinking as a board, timeline here? Because Scott, our next move is to get an investment policy, correct?
Correct. I think 60 days.
One of the things maybe I consider, this is up to commissioners, is maybe making a meeting room available to them,
Anytime.
so that they can, if there could be, we have people building upstairs on the 207 or 4 or something.
We have the most beautiful classroom downstairs
That's right.
ever.
Okay, well, just make something available to them, so they're not all coming to Dan's house and stuff like that.
I think what we should do is maybe set an initial meeting, have a representative from the council and commissioners at that initial meeting, sort of set an agenda, let them decide what timeframes are good for them to meet.
Sure.
And then report back, and then once we get a schedule set, we can distribute it to everybody, and whoever wants to show up at the meetings, we got quorum issues and other stuff, we can't do that, but I think we need to get with them first and have an initial meeting.
Or maybe pick one person from that bunch to be the interim chair or the organizational chair, and let that person go from there. I'd suggest Dave Rose, because he's the tallest guy.
But, Scott, we don't run into any forum issues if we're just showing up at it, we have to show up at the meeting. As long as it's not our meeting.
Well, there's some exceptions for social gatherings and things like that. This ain't a social gathering.
Correct. No.
So we couldn't even come just to.
So I guess, Jeff, that's a good point. Maybe what you want to do is,
If we run into the problem that we have forum issues at these foundation advisory board meetings,
I'll be shocked.
we'll address it again at that point. If we get to the point where more than 4 of you or 3 or more of you are coming, or more than 6 of you.
so what you're suggesting, Jeff, to get maybe, probably their schedules, but was for us to set sort of a preliminary meeting for them to come and have a representative from the council there and the commissioner there and kind
I
of
think
ball rolling?
I think the commissioner council put a very preliminary agenda together for the first meeting. And then we turn it over to them.
Where you're all giving them the walking.
Yeah. And, I think you would probably be a good one to be there for that.
See, I was thinking you.
Well, maybe it's you and I don't know, I'm just saying.
What I could do is send out an email to these 10,
Yeah.
to whoever the council and commissioner appointments are gonna be, say here, congratulations, you're on the advisory board, and we wanna set a meeting, and these are the dates and times and dates we're looking at, let's get the first one set up, and then we get the ball rolling that way.
Lay down the ground
Right, we're trying to take it from there.
Good idea.
I mean, the other question is the other question is throwing up some ideas here, but how formal do you wanna get? Do they wanna have notes that we can bring back and share with the group, that people that can't be here? I mean, it gets into how you're gonna communicate on this thing, because I think that's very important, on how we go forward, that all of us are informed at the same time, with the same material, so we're all on the same page.
Well, I think that was my thinking with respect to, at least from the council side, having a committee that myself and Bob did, to do just that, to kind of go, meet with them, gather sort of information and disseminate it to the rest of the council, sort of in almost near real time.
We can't lose sight of it, this is all just advisory.
Yeah, but-
They're not really doing anything. except
Yeah, but I
framework.
understand that probably, I mean, probably the most important document for the foundation is going to be the
This is the foundation, no pun intended. It is the foundation.
So,
It's good. That was winning, Joe.
That's right.
Okay.
okay, well, we have our board, so, are you then, Jeff, gonna be the sort of the point of contact?
Might as well.
So maybe what we can do is, Scott, you can, email out to these 10. Jeff, do you have any, you wanna maybe coordinate our calendars too, three of us? And kind of get some dates and get it rolling. So get it here. Okay. Any other questions or any other thoughts on this? I mean, and I'm thinking that maybe, this may change as we go through. You know, we may find that they wanna come report to the board. We may find, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
So we'll just kinda, maybe that's not a bad tip.
I just wanna make sure that the communication is going back and forth together. That's my business.
I'm with you. All right. And the, yeah, it's gonna be very good meeting on Wednesday.
We do have IT.
I think left, they got bad left.
If they can't fix it, I have to shut it off.
That's what that's what it's on, or no?
In the meantime, Scott, will you get from the treasurer, if you would, a more, sort of timeline breakout, coming out the investments, and get it to the commissioners and us? We have to work with. Is that?
That's experience.
He usually only does that when I'm talking to him. So, all right, so far so good. Any other thoughts or questions or concerns at this point with what the process is, sort of open-ended as it may seem, is gonna be? I mean, I really think we need to get an investment policy, and Scott and I have already been looking at some, and actually a couple of these guys have contacted me, and that they have some models that they might want us to look at and start to see. The things are.
I gave it my best shot.
It don't work, I don't know what's going on.
So things are moving, so the sooner the better, because, you know.
Turned up too high.
Bob already used to be a DJ, so.
All right, so if there's nothing else to come before these bodies, then I guess I would suggest that we adjourn.
So moved.